So I think it's important to recognize that the leak of GTA 6 is probably going to do more damage than what it's really worth. And yes, me making a video like this being like, oh no, poor devs and the leak bad and that sort of stuff, does make me a hypocrite when I upload a video about it yesterday. But at the end of the day, I'm greedy and I like getting views. Jokes aside for a second, obviously this is something that I wanted to share, I'm excited about it, I'm still a fan of the game. But then later you recognize exactly how much damage this might potentially do. The leak supposedly is footage ranging from 2019 up till like 2021. Obviously it doesn't tell you when exactly which one was released and what piece of footage is from when. It also doesn't help the fact that all this stuff is unfinished, and now currently on Twitter and in a lot of social media places or all over the internet, people are forming opinions about a game that is being shown off, which is years and years old footage, is incredibly unfinished, and frankly shouldn't even be shown to the world just yet. What we're seeing is we can get an ever so slight glimpse and impression and some type of details here and there of what the game might shape up to be. But with a game like GTA 6 that's so large in scale and so many different things are going to change over time, and game development as a whole is one of those things where yesterday you thought that this was going to work in a certain way and then next week it's completely different. This is why the footage like this is so dangerous, because people again are just getting a really wrong impression about what the game is going to look like and is going to be. Having said this, most people have common sense, but the loudest voices out there on the internet typically are the idiots who like to shout from the rooftops without using their damn brains. The developers must be going through what is the worst case scenario possible. A leak on this kind of magnitude with something they've been working on for many years with many passions and just overall just with excitement to show off to the world what they've been working on for the past few years. But now that opportunity from not only developers but from fans around the world has been robbed. The whole reveal for GTA 6 of, ooh, what is it going to look like? Ooh, what is it going to be? Is it actually going to be Vice City? Is it actually going to be two protagonists, etc., is now completely ruined. And I'm a little bit double-edged on this. Because on one hand, I'm excited that we've seen something of the game. But the fan in me is also like, I would have really enjoyed that typical Rockstar has released a new game, there's a new GTA coming, what's it gonna be like, you know, the wow factor whenever the first reveal trailer or the first screenshots or the hype leading up to it effectively for many people has now been vanished because we've seen gameplay of the game. There's no more surprises or anything really left, and the most impression that people are going to have with it is going to be the footage that has been leaked, which is going to be both damaging to mostly the developers who are now basically in a really tough spot because they can't just go on Twitter and be like, guys, this is real, but it's completely different and this has changed, because they have signed NDAs and they can talk about it. And Rockstar themselves is unlikely going to say anything as well, for the simple reason that it's not within their nature, because they never say anything anyways. And so is the fact that overall in game development, typically no one says anything when a leak like this happens. The situation as a whole is a very double-edged situation. On one hand, we finally have seen what GTA 6 is going to look like. We know a lot more about it. We know that the footage is real. We know that everything we're seeing is part of GTA 6, or was at least part of GTA 6 at some point during its development. But on the flip side, we've been robbed of what was going to be the most hyped up reveal of all time. Developers being able to finally say, yes, look at this. This is what we've been working on so hard and passionately for the last years. And now it's just going to be a matter of, oh, cool. There's now some actual footage of GTA 6. Having said that, I don't think it's going to do much to the hype of the game when it finally does get revealed. I'm sure that everyone is going to still be jumping from the rooftops and full of excitement whenever it does happen. But it definitely got a very sour taste in everyone's mouths, at least those who are dedicated fans and developers of the games. And on a personal note, I feel very conflicted, and the confliction is mostly between the fan of the game, the gamer in me, the person who cares about how others create their passionate project, and also the content creator. Because the content creator in me is like, oh, nice, something to cover about the game, something to talk about, you know, share the excitement and all the stuff. The fan in me really wants to play the game and it's like, oh, hear things about it. But the fan in me also is like, hey, I would have loved to be able to just be part of that hype up to the countdown of the first trailer and all that stuff, because we've never actually seen anything of the game and it's only just been rumors and stuff like that. But when you see the real footage, it's kind of like, so now what? It's a weird one. But I'd love to know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you for watching, leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and if you really like what you see on the channel, become a member like Chloe, KFC Chicken, and ShapeSafe Gaming. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you all later.